Hey guys! I was just enjoying the music. Seems my audio is a little bit hot. Let me know if it's okay. Let's turn down the music a little bit. How's everyone doing tonight? We're doing a little bit of a pre-stream, not as much as normally, but I'm still, I've been testing and soldering and I don't know, for days on end now. That's actually why I was like, let's do a live stream. It's a good break. But so I was cleaning up because I can't show you all the secrets yet. Not today. Not today. Soon. The secrets are getting closer. Yeah. A typical Dutch intro? I don't know. I don't know if I'm a typical Dutch, actually. So. You're early late. Yes. Today we have Coke in a glass. It happens sometimes. I still haven't gotten a hold of that raspberry Coke. And Draadstaal has been showing it off on our Discord server. But they don't sell it online by the Albert Heijn. So I guess I'll have to go to the shop to get it at some point. But, you know. Good evening, says Michael Knowles. And Johnny Bergdahl is here. Oh, and Philip is here. Hi, Philip. Most important questions. Hoe bevallen de pantoffels? Well, let me tell you. They're great. I've been wearing them every day since. Yeah, they're awesome. I like both. I wear both of them. They're slightly different. And, if you're looking for pantoffels, I think they're a great buy. Yes, how posh you are. Coke in a clean glass. Yeah, but I mean, come on. It's almost too much. Almost. So I'm still checking if everything is okay. I think so. We're recording. Yeah. That looks good. Are we writing? I guess we're writing. Nothing is overloaded, it seems. Let's check the statistics. Oh, we missed some frames. It's not too bad. Good. Yes. Happy Friday, folks. Can you tell me the difference between SMD 5050 LEDs and SK 3812s? I think you mean 6812s. And the difference is that SMD 5050 is just a package, so it describes a LED package that is 50mm by 50mm and nothing else. Those can be white, RGB, RGBW, RGB, CCT. They can be analog LEDs, they can be digital LEDs, they can be anything. So SMD 5050 is just a package. It's just a form factor, basically. It doesn't say anything else. So, I mean, like that, you also have SMD 3812, or maybe that's what you meant, or 3820, I believe, or 6020, or other sizes of packages. Doesn't say anything about the LEDs in there, or the diodes, or how good the quality is, and if they're digitally addressable or not, or anything like that. It's just a package. And SK6812 is that, if that's what you meant, that is a little tiny processor chip that will be in that package next to the diodes that can make that LED digitally addressable. If that's not in there, it's certainly not. But if there's like a WS2812B chip in there, or an SK6812, or UCS1903, or something like that, there's a little chip. You can see that with the black marker thingy often you see in the package, and that means that it's digitally controllable. Hope that explains a bit, David. 3 pins. What? Hey, Quinder. Getting into big guns for crimping, huh? Nice. Yeah, we're going to do it today. One of the things I forgot to prepare, I don't remember where I put that big crimper. And we're going to need it if we're going to, crimp like 8 gauge. I mean, it's as thick as my thumb here, or my thumb. It's as thick as my pinky finger, but yeah, we're going to take a look at that. So where did I put that crimper? That's actually a very good question, because we're going to need it. I'm going to do that while we're still in the pre-stream, right? Maybe I put it over here. What? Let me put it over there. Huh. I don't actually know where I put it. That is a problem. There's not that much room here. This room isn't that big. I mean, I can, you know, fill the whole room with my body like that. But, where would I have put it? It's quite big. It's not like you can lose it just like that. So this has now become watch Quindor dig through his mess to find something he unboxed a month ago. I would have thought it would be in here, but it's not. Oh man, where did it go? Would it be in here? No. It's not in here. No. Let me see if I put it with my other tools. Nope, isn't there either. Has to be here somewhere. Can't be in too many places, can it? I mean... it's gonna be interesting. Where did it go? Nope. Nope. Huh. No, I'm too early and you're not too late. Or actually, the stream has officially started. I just figured out that I lost a vital component we're going to need for the stream today. So this has turned into Quindor is searching his office for the giant ass crimper. And has no clue where it is. Is it in here? Is it in here? Well, it can't really be in here either. Is it in here? So this is one of the crimpers I recently got. I showed you on a Quinbox. So that's at least in here. That's not really the one we're looking for. Wow, where did I put that? Interesting. I must have cleaned it, and now it's gone. That's how it goes. Where did it go? I guess I'll have to start checking boxes. I think you might have missed the question of Michael Knowles earlier. Yeah, I'll look at that in a minute. Hold on. I think it's in here still. You think it's in here? Yes. Okay, we have the big ass cutting tool. And then we have the big ass crimper. Oh, how does this work? Oh yeah, okay. Well, we'll figure out later how it works. But at least we've got it. We've got it. Ladies and gentlemen, we got him. Okay. Okay. Phew. That could have taken hours. Yeah, that's a beast, isn't it? Okay. Back to the pre-stream, which is now the official stream. That's fine. So yeah, two things today. I've got this hot plate. I've been using this for, I think, about a year now or something like that. I've been really, really happy with it because it's excellent, or at least it was. But over the time, I've noticed that it's become slower and slower to heat up. And you know me, I generally measure old things. So I don't remember what it used initially, but at some point I saw that was only drawing 100 watts and then 80 watts. And then I was using it this week, and it was only drawing 40 watts from the socket, and it wouldn't get above 100 degrees Celsius anymore. While before, I'm pretty certain it got up to 300 degrees, and it worked just fine. So, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take this thing apart, see how it's put together, and maybe see what is broken, and if we can repair it. I've already ordered a new hot plate because this one is 10 by 10 centimeters. And I've been working on a project where I need slightly bigger boards and more heat also. But yeah, let's see if we can open this thing up, see what's going on, and maybe fix it. So, maybe a thermostat issue, but the display reads out fine. And it's heating, it's just not heating very fast, or it keeps heating slower and slower, basically. So no clue what's going on there. And let's just open it up and see what happens. So this is for the second part of the stream. These are 10 gauge, 8 gauge, and 6 gauge cables. And I've never crimped those. Well, I have crimped 10 gauge, but I've never crimped, 8 and 6 gauge. So we're going to do that later. Now we're just going to take a look at this little box here. See if this works. Yep. Let me zoom in a little bit. It's not that big. Let's focus it. There we go. So let's take this apart. Now I did notice that you can take off the feet. And I have been in there yesterday, I think, to redo some of the connections. Wait. That's not right. That's not right at all. There we go. To redo some of the connections, but that didn't really fix anything. It became a slow cooker, right? Yeah, it's only good enough to, keep your coffee warm. But I don't drink coffee, so, yeah. Okay, so this plate, this is the bottom plate, comes off. Oh, lost one of the screws there. And the only thing I've done so far, because I thought, maybe it's a bad connection with the factory solder joints where they join two cables into one. I added these little Wago blocks because, let me take all of this out. The way it works is from the AC socket over here, two wires go to the PCB over there, there in the corner, and then two wires come out of the PCB, the red and the black. Okay, and those go to these heat shielded cables you see. So the red and the black get divided, and I think there is two heating elements in there. So if you look over here, you see those heat shielded cables going up and going into this plate where I think there's heating elements in there. So let's see if we can disassemble this any further and then check what's going on. But I don't know how this is supposed to come apart. Probably I'll have to wrench it here, because then it can come loose. I need to get some tools. Hold on. Well, I can try and heat my Coke, but generally that's not what I want. So now we're cooking. We have Work Pro here. Work Pro. I mean, hey. So let's see if this is what we need. I think so, because these are this looks very small. Let's try this guy. Oh no, it's still too big. Well, luckily I have another kit here. This one, 6. That's too small. Oh, there we go. Okay, so I think we need to undo this part. Can't really reach it. Okay, there we go. Okay. It's also nice to, we can take a look at the construction inside. So far what I saw was pretty decent. Okay, so now this can come loose from that. Okay, and now we can... So that's screwed in. How is this held in? That's also screwed in. How the hell did I screw it in there? Because this box can't really come apart, I'd say. Oh, wait. Are there screws, like, beneath here? Oh, haha. I guess I never peeled off the plastic. Oh. Yes. Now it'll work better. That's for sure. I mean... So, there's screws in there. But... Are they under here, you think? Because if you look in there, you can see the screw over there, for instance. And then it has to be somewhere over here. CN people have very tiny hands. Yeah, that could be it. I don't know. I just don't see where it's screwed in. There's posts there. Do you think it's 4 screws or 2? Well, it would have to be multiple screws. And this is also just screwed in there through the power connector. Nah, I don't think so. Can this box somehow come apart? I don't think so. Oh, that's nice. Yeah, we have a lot of slack on the wires. That's easy. I would like to take a look at the PCB though. Yeah, I know side cutters, but I'd rather, keep it in a functioning state. So maybe I'll just have to lift this off. No, okay, there's no screw hole here. This is just a sticker. Right? Okay, yeah, okay. So I'm not going to take that off, but these are the buttons. Okay. But there's no screw hole here. Okay, I'm going to try and get this back into place the way it was. Okay, so there's no screw holes below the sticker. Basically a tiny socket wrench with a screwdriver bit. Yeah, I don't own that, I think. Because, I mean, there's a screw all the way down there. I wouldn't know how to do that. How's the music? Is it okay? In regards to volume. Okay, well, we can't get to that right now. We might look at that later then. Let's take a look at this part. Okay. Let's see if we can take this apart. See what's in here. Well, maybe they attach it before the case is folded. So that's why they can do it and I can't, but, you know. Okay, so this plate just comes off, I'd say. Let's move that, you know, over here. And I guess this is 2 pieces and the heating elements are sandwiched in between there. Remove the power socket, is that the clue? Okay, well, it's glued in, but we'll take a look at that in a minute. Let's first investigate over here. Let's see if we can take this apart. They have a right angle mini electric screwdriver. Wow. Okay. Well, I don't have that. I think. Why does this not fit? But oh, okay. Right. Okay. So let's take this out first. Okay, does this thing come apart somehow? Wait, maybe we should take this out first. This out too. Nope. Because it sucks, because I really like this little thing. It worked great at first, so... Only complaint was that it maybe was a bit slow to heat up, but that was it, really. So, now, should this come apart? I think there's a seam here. But maybe they glued that... Oh, okay, okay. You can just take these out. Cool, okay. Right, so maybe one of these is broken. So it says here 220 volts, 130 watts. Okay? And this one is also 220 volts, 130 watts. Now, one of the things I already see here is that there's absolutely no thermal compound. But then again, I guess it's not that important, the amount of contact it makes. It's not like it's a CPU cooler, but it could still help, I'd say. But, so, it's drawing like 45 watts from the socket, and it has 2 130 watt elements. So that should be about 260. And I think it's sold as a 200 watt heater. So there's definitely something wrong. If these are 2 130 watt elements, something's broken. Now it could be the elements themselves, I guess. Now there's AC on here, so I need to be kind of careful. I guess I shouldn't run it without mass. Hey there, Sevog. Let's see here. What should we do? I guess I could turn it on right now and see if anything we just did has made a difference somehow. I mean, it doesn't need to be on long. I just need to see what, you know, how much power it draws. I just need to make sure I don't touch any AC ports. How about I take this and how do I check element resistance? Yeah, I was thinking about putting this there, but then I thought again. Let's put something there that's meant to handle heat. Ha 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 ha, yes! The IKEA onderzetter! It's back. Well, it never went anywhere, but this should be able to handle the heat at least, right? I mean, it's built for it. It's like built different. It's not built different. It's built with a purpose. Okay, so I have a right angle here, because I'm used to that. Onderzetter time! Oh yeah! So this is off, okay. And you can check the elements, I believe. Are they shorting together? Disconnect the element and use a multimeter to set the ohms. Yeah, well, I don't know how to disconnect the element. Oh, wait, I can actually disconnect the element. I'm first going to turn it on, see what it does, because this should still be a perfectly viable configuration to run it. And then I can also show you the problem, and let's see if we still have a problem. Okay, I need to zoom out a little bit more. Nope, other way. Okay, so let's turn this on. AC is live. Okay, it still turns on, that's good. And it's currently drawing 0.2 watts. Yeah, I know I have to reseat the temp sensor, but it's currently just going to read a low temperature, and then that's fine. Okay, so let's turn it on, and it'll start heating. See, this is my problem. Because it's set to 180 degrees right now. Wow, the display became a lot more pretty without the foil on there. But yeah, that's definitely not correct. Right? It's only drawing 40 watts while it has two 130 watt elements. And it'll heat up. It just takes hours and hours. Thermal runaway. Yeah, but not the right kind. But it'll take hours and hours and it never really gets above 100 degrees anymore. So I've dangled with these wires enough. And it's not, I guess, not the connections. Okay, let's turn that off. Nice square mark. Yeah, but before it'll do that, we'll be sitting here for hours. Where's the multimeter? Maybe some of the wires are broken. So let's go to continuity mode. Okay. And, okay, right. So these two are connected to a block, and these two are also connected together. Let's see if they are actually connected. They're not. How are they not? Are these supposed to be connected? Let's just make double sure I can't get electrocuted here by disconnecting the socket. Okay, let's take a look inside again. Because I connected those together with Wago blocks. Because they were connected initially together also. So, I mean, I have these Wago blocks here. So, those should have a connection to each other, I'd say. Okay. Oh, no use keeping them in here. From the PCB, there is a red wire and a black wire. So red and black comes from the AC socket, goes into the PCB, and then you have these two Wagos. One takes the red in and then puts them on both sides of the element, and the other one takes in the black one and then puts it to the other element, basically. Or are they... Oh, no, wait, no. Of course not. Duh. So, red and black, and then one wire goes to one element, and the other goes to the other element, and from this side too. So that way you actually have AC power going to those heating elements, right? So it's correct that they're not connected together. They are actually connected together, but only over here. So one of these should beep, I think. Okay, no, I thought it was hot for a second. So let's see here. So maybe my wires are broken. Is that possible? Okay, let's do it differently. If I have those WAGOs, come on, and I disconnect the middle wire, add my probe in there, there we go. Now, these two wires should have continuity with whatever is on this side, for some of the sides at least. Okay, that's one, so that wire works. Okay, so that wire works too. Okay, so the wires of the black one work. Yeah, but the elements are metal, so I can't measure those with a FLIR. I could tape over it, so I have a surface that warms up, but I already know from the power draw something's not working right. So let's first check if these wires, though these red insulated ones, if those are working right. And so far, the other side did. Can't seem to make good contact. What's going on here? Okay, that works. Okay, and that works too. Okay, so the wires going from these connections to the elements still work fine. And my whole WAGO block construction here works fine too. It's only like 200 something watts in 240 volts, so that's no problem. So, okay, so this whole part with the elements and things like that, in theory, works fine. Now, the elements themselves could be broken, I guess. I don't know. Somebody said something about resistance. Can you measure the elements with resistance? Okay, so I guess I'll need one of the... Okay, I guess I can do that over here. Okay, resistance mode. So this one here. $495 ohms. Okay. And the other one is $494 and a little bit. They need to be out of the WAGO. Okay. I don't want to forget which wires went where, so I need to get a little tapey. Hold on. Oh no. Okay. No. Okay. One of my tools fell. So these all go together. Okay, these go together. Oh, okay, well then I can just measure in the WAGO, can't I? No, I can't. Okay, let's disconnect that. So then I can measure like this. For... oh, it's kilo ohms now. Oh, just one element. What? No, this is one element at a time. What do you mean? Oh, right. This is 2 elements. Of course, there's a lot of resistance then. But I don't know exactly which wires go to which, but I guess we'll see. Okay, so this is still kilo ohms. .714 kilo ohms. Okay. I guess that's close to what you guys were saying before. So this one now goes away. And I need these two. And this one's measuring 1.5 kilo ohm. I don't know. Well, I did the measurements here. I can do them again while they're not connected. So this is like 700 ohm. And this is 1.5 kilo ohm. That's not good. Yeah, so this one's probably totally broken, and this one might be half broken. Because who said before that they should be 600 ohm? No, they're AC elements, so they shouldn't be polarized. I mean, it's AC, so... It's hard to get a good measurement. Yeah, 700. Okay. And 1.5, so 1500. Or even more. Okay. Yeah, so this one's probably bad, and this one might not be great either. Because they should both be 130 watts, it says on them. But they're only drawing 40 watts in total. Well, this one's about a year old now, I think. But it worked great for a while at least. So I'm not sure what that says about the quality or not. Let me put this back so I know where it went. But then I could look into replacing the elements. Because, I mean, the electronics in this are pretty easy or simple. It just has a thermistor which regulates a relay, and the relay turns on and off. And I don't think the relay could be bust, because, well, I hear it clicking and it working, and then the rest of the PCB can't really do anything about this either, I'd say. So, in theory the elements should be around 372. So yeah, that explains it. So one is at 1500, so that's doing almost nothing, and the other one's at 600-700, so that's also doing way less than it should. Yeah, so maybe they got too hot by not having thermal paste in this guy. That's what I was thinking too. And they basically just killed themselves. Yeah. But then maybe I can look on AliExpress for, 130 watt or something heating elements, AC. And I can easily wire them up in here with these Wagos, and I'm feeding the wires to is no problem. I just can't really reach the PCB. But then again, I don't really need to reach the PCB, so... Yeah, exactly. No, I'm not bothered with the product at all. It served me well, and I've used it for tens of hours. So, like, it's easily been on 30, 40 hours. Nah, okay, that's maybe a lot. Let's say 20 hours. So I certainly got my worth. I mean, it's not an expensive product, and it worked really well. But I think everyone's right, and that the elements have just given up. So I'll look into getting some new elements, and then it's probably screwing them in, and I'd put some kind of thermal interface material in here that would also probably make it heat up quicker, because that's kind of my only complaint with it, that it didn't heat up that quickly. And that's it, because the control board is just a temperature, this thermistor that controls a relay to on and off. I don't think there could be too much wrong with that if it's still working. So, and it was reading the temperatures just fine. Oh, you built your own heat plate. Cool. Hot air stations have the same issue too. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Yeah, and the I mean this kind of element, if you look at the cheaper style of soldering iron, they also have the ceramic core with the wires just going in there. So those should be pretty easy to replace. I mean, the overall construction of this thing is pretty good. I like it. I mean, it has nicely, it has properly AC connected shoes on here. It has a fuse in here. Then there is another fuse. If you look over there, I believe that's another fuse on the board. A 400 volt capacitor. The thermistor is screwed in. As I said, there's a little relay over here. The board that controls it is separate from the front panel board, because it has this little header in between, so that's also isolated. It's nicely painted. If you look in there, you can see that there's a ground connection to the chassis, and that's connected to this leg. So although the chassis is painted, everything else is grounded because it's connected to this leg directly. So construction wise, it's decent. It's absolutely decent for the money. There's nothing wrong with it. I think just the elements died. I mean, yeah. There's one solder joint here where I'm like, maybe they could have done a slightly better job. Let me try and show you that. Right. So this joint over here, I'm like, that could have been better. but that's basically it. Everything else looks fine. As I said, there's a little fuse there. This is the relay. Screw terminals for that thermistor. Down there, where is it? There is the earth connection down there, which is to this metal post. Yeah. So if, as Michael is saying, if we count this up as wear, that's actually fine. Okay, so let me put this in a state where I can easily reassemble it later, because I'm not going to do that now. $4 each. Yeah, well then it's easily worth the money to do that. Because as I said, I highly suspect that the rest of the hardware is perfectly fine. And I loved using it while it worked well. So, and I have ordered a new one. It's a bigger one. But this one is still great for the normal size DIY projects, basically. And I would certainly still recommend it for that. Cool. Okay, so let me screw this on real quick, because otherwise I'm going to lose parts. I'm not going to fully put it together just so I can stow it away and get some elements. Yeah, at least construction-wise, because I never looked inside of this one. At least construction-wise and, you know, for the grounding and stuff like that, looks perfectly fine. Let me screw this in here. Cool. Well, that's one mystery solved. And easily fixed, in theory. The 100 by 100 millimeter JLC specials, yeah. Yeah, well, yeah. Proves that it doesn't have to be too expensive. That's right, Philip. I mean, can this go in here? Should. Yeah. It's easy enough to disassemble, except that main board. If something's wrong with the main board, I have no clue how to get it out. That's some Chinesium special there. How to get that in. Okay, okay. Okay, just have the feet. This should stay in. No, no. Right to repair complaint. Yeah. If I wasn't allowed to repair it, but I don't need schematics. No, I don't think that's a right to repair complaint, that you can't reach it because you don't have the tool. I don't think it's designed that way intentionally to prevent you from repairing it. I think this thing is just designed the way it is because that's the way it was easy to manufacture or cheap enough, or, you know. So I don't think that's a right to repair complaint. Oh, damn it. Okay, never mind. Let's do it the other way around. There we go. Right. Let me put this somewhere and then we'll look at the cables. There we go. Yeah, you can easily get in it without breaking it too. Okay. Right. All right. All right. This needs to go. Time for a little break. We did good work. How are you guys doing? Oh no. It fell on the ground. Well, the cable did. So how's everyone's Friday been? I mean, this wasn't too bad. I mean, I knew it was broken. I just hoped I could fix it. And, well, we probably can. So, yeah. How's everyone doing? Right, there was a PCBWay question. Was it about the AN Penta, or was it about another DIY board? Because I can prepare that a little bit. Let's take a browser and disable some stuff. Right. Let's go here. Browser. No. Browser Edge. Just have to make it the right size. Yeah. So, oh, where's my chat? Here's my chat. Oh, it's Chung Chung LEDs. Hey there. We were talking on Discord. Watching this stream on iOS 6, iPad 2. Okay. Options on the page. So let's see. If we go to, let's go to digital adjustable controllers and go to, I don't know, Dig Quad. And then go to the hardware guide. And in the hardware guide, if you want to build one DIY, let's go to the PCB. And there we have the PCBWay link for the version 1, revision 6. Now, there is a new version coming up, and we've been testing that recently. We discovered some issues. I have a revision on the way. It's in the mail. And once that's in, we'll build it again during the live stream. And that's probably going to be it. And then the new versions for the DIY Dig Uno and Dig Quad should be done and coming online soon. It takes a little bit to write the articles and stuff like that, but yeah. So it tells you a little bit about what you need to select. Quantity 10 or Protopack, 10 by 10 centimeters. That's mostly for dirty PCBs. 1.6 millimeter thickness, and then 1 OZ or 2 OZ, and that is dependent on how much power you expect to run through the board. So let's go to PCBWay. And, here you can see the board and things like that, and a little bit of information. So let's say add to cart. Oh, okay. Final login. Add to cart again. Right. And then we're over here. And it's going to auto-calculate a little bit. And, okay, it says for 5 I need to pay $5. The new one's going to be slightly more expensive because the form factor changed a little bit. But if we're here, we don't really need to change much. Often you can change 5 to 10 pieces for the same price. So that's a good tip. But other than that, we want FR4. This is fine. A thickness 1.6 millimeter. Track spacing, hole size, all fine. We can select a different color. That will often influence the days it takes to make it. And sometimes the price. But these are all the same. Black should be the same. Purple is... Oh, wow. Okay, purple is a lot more expensive. Matte black. Matte green. None. Okay, none they can do quickly. And green they can do quickly too. Silk screen you can choose for white, black, or none. Normally that's just white. It's a little text on the board and, stuff like that. We don't need any edge connectors. Hassle with LED. Perfectly fine. If you want a fancy looking board with the gold contacts and stuff like that, you can go to Enig, but that costs a lot, and functionality wise doesn't really change much. So I often just use Hassle, and then My production boards are ENIAC, but that has certain production reasons. But if you're building these yourself, don't worry about it. You can easily tick this if you don't care if it's Hassel or ENIAC. You can get lucky. Tenting via is all fine. And then here, this is basically the only choice you have to make. 1 OZ or 2 OZ. Let me get a little extra browser here. Hold on just a second. So, no, not that one. If we go to Quinled.info again, we go to digitally addressable LEDs, back to the DIG Quad, and we take a look at the DIG Quad specification space. So that's the main page. And we scroll all the way down, we see that maximum input and output power is mentioned. And basically, this table is most important. If you get 1 OZ, you're allowed to run about 15 amps continuous through the board. And if you get 2 OZ, and all pre-assembled boards are 2 OZ, you're allowed to run around 30 amps through the board. So if we go back here, 1 OZ is only $5, and 2 OZ is $37.13. So that's a lot more expensive. And we can even go 3 OZ, but that's like insane amounts. Probably also, if you go to 2 OZ, the 5 or 10 starts to count. Yeah, so 5 is $33 and 10 is $37. So it's a lot more expensive, but it does allow you to run double the amount of power. Right? So that is basically the only choice you need to make. Yeah. And well, as I said, all pre-assembled boards are always 2 OZ, or at least the pre-assembled DIG boards. And that's it. You just add it to cart. Done. So I hope that explains what these options do. If you want to use paste, you can use it using the syringe method and just, clamping it on there. Another method is using a SMD stencil. You can also add that. It costs about $10, and then you get a laser cut. Let's see if I have an example here. I should have an example somewhere. I always have these things lying around. Except right now. What? There's no stencil on my desk? Hold on. Okay, I need to get this back. Right. Okay, let's put those over there. Oh, let me get this box real quick. So a stencil often arrives in this kind of wooden cardboard type stuff. And if you look inside of those, I have no clue for which board it is. Oh, this is for a prototype board. You see that there is a metal plate, and that metal plate has holes in it. And what you basically do is, it doesn't make it much better. There we go. You put this on the PCB, you line it up perfectly, and then you take your paste and you scrape it over there. I've shown this before in the live stream, I think. You scrape it over there, and the holes line up exactly with the pads that need paste, and that way you don't have to squirt paste on there yourself, but it is put on there perfectly in the right amounts and stuff like that. Right? But for the DIY Queen LED boards, you do not need this except for the AN Penta. And that is clearly listed on the AN Penta page. I wouldn't want to build an AN Penta without a stencil. But for the DIG Uno and the DIG Quad, including the new upcoming DIY versions of those, you do not need a stencil in my opinion. You can use a soldering iron for everything, or you can use paste and then a heat gun or a heat plate like we just worked on. And that'll work fine. You can do that without a stencil because it's all 0805 or bigger components basically. But if you want one, you can. If you don't, as I said, I don't think you need it. One thing that is very important there, I just showed you that little tiny stencil there. That is a non-framework stencil. Pay attention, because if you don't, you'll get them like this. This is a framework stencil. because, well, there's a frame around it, and it has certain advantages. This is from a different manufacturer, and there wasn't an option to get it without a framework. Long story, whatever. You do not want this. It makes things hard. I mean, I have stuff to deal with it, but get a non-framework stencil. Okay, if you see me going down sometimes in the live stream, my chair is actually broken. So... Okay, I'm back up. My chair sometimes randomly just goes down. It's like every 10 minutes to 5 hours, so it can happen at any time. So yeah, that's PCBWay. Yeah, no, you don't need all those options for the DIY boards. So, do you have any hints or tips for the Quinn LED sombrero? I don't know about that, man. Yeah, I probably just need to buy a new chair. This chair was free and old, and you know. I guess we could go to the other route. So I go back and back, more back. No, can't go more back. Okay, so if we take a look at dirty PCBs, we're slightly different. Quinn LED quad, a big quad. You add it to cart, and you say, okay, it's within 10 by 10 centimeters, and you want a proto pack. It's 2 layers, whatever. Okay, whatever color we want. Let's say we want red or green or whatever. 1 or 2 OZ again, Hassel or Enig again. Thickness, standard dirty PCBs is 1.2. Let's put that to 1.6. Same price. And then if we need a stencil with frame, no, you don't need. But you don't need a stencil, and then you just add it to cart. Now, their PCBs are often a little bit more expensive than PCBWay, but sometimes with shipping, it compensates the other way, basically. But this is that was it. Oh, you're building a sombrero for DEF CON. Okay, got it all figured out. Picture will follow soon. Cool. Yeah, well, so we have been working on the DIYs, and Philip and Andy from my Discord have actually tested the new DIY Dig Quad and Dig Unos already. But we ran into a little snag with the Dig Quad on the live stream recently. That's been revised, and I think the board should be good now. But we'll build one once those come in on a live stream or something like that to verify that. And then I need to rework all the articles, so that's going to take quite a while. But I'm hoping to be able to do that all soon. So yeah, I'm not going to put a time frame on it because it's a lot of work. But the designs should basically be done. Components are mostly the same. Yeah. Yeah, sure. I could maybe make a short of that. We can look into that. Right. So that was my break, talking a lot. Now, for the second part, I'm out of Coke, but we're going to do something weird today. I'm going to be drinking my other favorite drink. It's Lipton Green Tea Zero. I used to drink this a lot, but then I couldn't drink sugar anymore or eat, whatever. But now they have a zero variant, and it's excellent. So, I'm now going to drink this. I'm going to amaze everyone that I'm not drinking Coke. But it's great. It's awesome stuff. Yes, it is now time for the massive crimper. Just one question. Can I put WS2812 and 2811 in series? Ooh. I think so. You need to connect grounds, and you need to not connect voltage, unless they're both 5 volt. That is possible. In theory, the protocol is the same, but I don't know how the chips will behave with each other. Yeah, you'd have to test that. Yes, very nice. So, So, yes, cables. We have some 10 gauge, but we've worked with 10 gauge before, right? I mean, that's not that special anymore. And we can still use normal crimpers on there, and, you know, that's all fine. So, 10 gauge. Yeah, different color orders can happen too. And then we have, oh, this is 6 gauge, and this is 8 gauge. Okay, but we have more 8 gauge here, and 6 gauge. So let's go to the 8 gauge, and I mean let's first look up what is 8 gauge, because we're Dutchies and we don't actually use gauge. The AWG6 So 8 gauge is 8.3 millimeter square cable. It's really, really thick. Oh, one is indeed. I was going to order 10 Uno and Dick quads tonight. Did you want me to trial the beta version at all? Well, the current version is fine, but it has some limitations if you, for instance, want to use Ethernet, or it doesn't support 24 volt, etc. The new version will do all that, and it has some other improvements in there. It doesn't make the old or the current DIY versions bad. It's just slightly updated on the new ones. But it'll take a little bit of while to get all that online and done perfectly. No 4 gauge. No 4 gauge. I think we're going to work on 8 gauge to start. I mean, oh, well, I can use this cable. We tried this once before on a live stream, and we failed horribly because this all didn't fit, and I didn't have the right stuff, and yeah. So let's cut that off. How am I going to cut that off? Oh wait, we have the amazing power snippers, or well, they're not powered. They're powered by, you know, force. Let's see if that works. Oh man, okay. So let's oh wow, whoa, that went easy. Ha! Wouldn't want to get my finger in there. Yeah, those are pretty clean cuts. Nice. Okay. That was 8 gauge. It cut like butter. Okay. Do not put your finger in here. It'll snip it off like it's nothing. Holy shit. Okay. So, we get our massive tool here. No. So, we need to kind of select what we're going to put on there. We have these. And these are at least for, you know, the big crimper over there. Okay. And those are copper lugs, basically. It's a little bit too bright, isn't it? Yeah, let's do it like that. Let's do it like that. Then I got these wire ferrules. But bigger wire ferrules. And we can't use the big crimper for that, but this guy should do that. Let me focus that again. So this guy is for 0.08 to 16 millimeter square, or 28 gauge to 5 gauge. So we should even be able to do our 6 gauge with that. And this is just a normal ferrule crimper. So that's for this type of ferrule. You know, but I'd rather have a fork terminal on there or something like that. So I also have these. These are, if you don't have that crimping tool, these should just screw on. But let's leave that for another time. And I have some like these. This is, again, different. You crimp it on here, and then it has a square insertion if you use a screw terminal like that. I think I just want to crimp these lugs on there. So we can look at crimping this stuff on maybe later. When is the power distribution under your house installed? In one of the last streams, there was a question about crimping, twisting the wires or not. I'm pretty certain that the wires should not be twisted because you need homogeneous force application. Yeah, there's always a debate about that. I believe the official stance is to not twist them. In my experience, it holds on better when they are twisted. I don't know. I'm not the expert in that. I don't think it'll make too much of a difference, but yeah. So these. What the? Okay. What just happened? Are we still online? Hello? Am I still here? Huh. Barbell lights, yeah. I'm still online. Okay, I have no clue what that was. That's the first time that's ever happened, and I'm in this room for hours and hours a day. I have no clue why all lights basically just rebooted. I mean, these boards have been in place for years and years. No clue. Okay, well, everything seems fine. And it's back to how it was. Okay. So, let's continue. Cable lugs. These should have two things on them. Are any of us really here? Yeah, who knows? And this is SC10 -6. I actually wonder if they fit in here. No, they don't. Damn it. Okay. So I wondered if they would fit my huge ass power supply. Power suit? I don't know what happened. I don't know. I'll find out later. So I have my power supply here, and I was hoping the most tiny variant. I'm not sure this is the tiniest variant of it, actually. Oh, SC6. Okay, let's try that. But because these won't fit between these plastic spaces. Oh, I guess they could almost. Okay, let's try these. So these would fit, but then I believe these are all specifically made for a certain cable size, and this probably isn't that. So this is 6 and this is 10. Let me look up the listing for these real quick, because then I can just show you guys. One moment, please. Yeah, glitch in the matrix, exactly. Well, I've seen it happen once before, I think, when my Home Assistant was down and then ESP Home rebooted, but that's basically it. Right, so if we look on my AliExpress here, we can see that, let's say 10 pieces. The SC6 x 6 is suited for 6 millimeters and M6 to M8 bolts, okay? And then you have the SC8 that has a bigger hole basically, but the same cable size. And we have the 10.6, which is for 10 millimeter square. And I just looked it up, but now I forgot. Let me open that real quick. Right, so the cable we have is 8.3 millimeters square, or, well, 8 gauge. And So the 6 is for 6mm square. That's not going to work. Where is it? But the 10 is for 10mm square. So that should fit 8 gauge. So from these two, we need the 10 and not the 6. So let's put the 6 away. Oh, damn, Johnny, that sucks. Okay, so let's put these away, and we need 2 of the 10s, right? Okay. But yeah, these won't really fit my power supply terminals, it seems. They might just. I think I can squeeze them in there. It's a bit tight. Can't go bigger than that, though. Okay. Well, that's fine. Okay. So, we need to strip some cable. I don't even know if my cable stripper goes this wide. I guess so. Oh yeah, 10 square. That's fine. Okay, so let's separate these a little bit without them separating the wrong way. That worked. Nice. And, well, I think we need as much copper as the lug is basically wide, I guess you could say. So we need about this much copper. And from what I've understood with these lugs, it's fine. You shouldn't crimp this over the insulation or the plastic or silicone in this case. So it's free to have it dangling free, and then you just add some heat shrink to seal it off. So let's I don't know. Let's set the gauge here on my crimper. Oh, that's actually pretty good, right? So then we should only get this much of exposed wire. Only crimp on the copper indeed. Yeah. Okay, so let's... I guess that worked. So I shouldn't twist it, but then how do I get it in the lug? Because it's gonna be very hard getting all these little wires in there. See, okay, no. Why would I use a knife? That tool works fine. I want to twist it because I don't know how to get it in there otherwise. I'm trying to get it in, but there's always some... okay, let me focus that for you. No. There's always some wires poking out. First cut it through, yeah, and then use the knife so it doesn't... Nah. But is there a trick to getting it in the lug? Almost. Oh, I've still used this one. Might get a new one at some point. Those are not made for a mega strand silicone cable. Okay. Stop using straight lugs and get one that is tapered. Okay, well I only have these right now. Trick is to cut straight. Okay, but what do I do if we have this only? I'm gonna twist it. Sorry guys. I'm just gonna try and twist it, see if that works. We will allow twisting. Good. I already did it, but okay. No, you don't need a bigger one. This is the exact right lug size. Almost. Can I spread the lug a little bit? I don't think so. There we go, I guess. I think I need to strip a little bit more. The Pro Twist Fund! Thanks, Philip! Yeah, so I shouldn't go against the twist. I should go with the twist. See then if I can get them all inside. So I'm literally doing this for the first time, so this is not a guide or a tutorial. No, we'll slip on the heat shrink later. I think that will still fit. There's always one or two little wires that don't want to go inside. Starting to sweat. No. Because that's not great, right? I mean, we don't want those hairs there. If you tend the wires, it works perfectly. What do you mean tend? Yeah, I know twisting is bad, but let's just try it this way for now. But even with twisting, I can't get it on there. Okay, let me cut it straight like Emil Bart is saying. So let's just cut it off again. See, okay, so that's about as straight as I can cut it, I think. And then let's strip a bit off, but I need it more than I had last time. There we go. So it's still, yeah, well, it comes out like that. So, I mean, that's not going to help. Yeah, but I mean, how do I get that on the lug? So maybe it's a combination of the wrong type of lug with the wrong type of wire. Who knows? Oh no, see. You have to watch out with this silicone cable. If you split it like that, sometimes it runs into the other cable. Let me cut this off, because that can't fix that. But we can still work on this piece. No, you shouldn't need a bigger lug. So you need to watch out when splitting it that it doesn't split wrongly like that, because sometimes it does that. But still, you're used to bigger strands in a copper wire. Okay. For buying, thanks Brian for buying smaller fingers. Oh my god. Oh, I think I got it. Okay, so this is now on there, and there's no strands. There's a little bit of slack, but from what I understand, that's fine. But now we need to take a look at our giant tool, because this says, this says 50, and I believe it needs to say 6 or something like that. So let's open it up, and I believe you can twist them over here. I don't know how this works. So this is locked, but I think you need to move that. Or with this already? No, this is way too big, right? So we need to make this smaller. No, this isn't twisted, not that much. You push it when you turn. Oh, right, okay. Oh, okay. So maybe I need to push it and... right. So then this can turn. So I believe these need to line up. So let's put these on 6 and 6. Oh, no. I need 10, right? Sorry. I need 10. So let's move these to 10. Okay. Oh, that's pretty easy. There's a bit of grease on there, but that's fine. Okay. So now it'll crimp to this size. Okay. Doesn't line up perfectly, but good enough, I'd say. Okay. So then, what? How do I hold it in there? I only have 2 arms. Let's do it like that. So I guess I position this in here. Yeah, but now my cable is out. I don't know, let's crimp this one. See what happens. Okay. Okay. So we test crimped this one without wire in there. That looks pretty decent, I'd say. So maybe we should...
They talk about another kind of world.
Well, yeah, sure. I'm sure the cable doesn't go anywhere, but how do you do this? Do you just put it in there and then close it a little bit so it stays put? And then feed in the wire? Okay, so now this is basically clamped in there. So do we now then get the wire in there? Yeah, I know. The tool is, it's the right tool. That's not the problem. I just don't know how to use it. Okay, I'm trying to get every little strand in there. Maybe if I twist it while going in. No, still doesn't go in. Nope. Yeah, so I kind of clamped it in a little bit now, and I can close it once the wire is in there. So I'm going to try that. I'm getting all the wires in. Okay, they're all in there except for one. I'm going to say that's okay. So now I should just be able to close it like this. Okay. Well, that didn't work. That's stuck in there too. Okay. Something didn't work. I mean, it's crimped. Okay, let's get another one. Let's get another one. See, that's why I do these things on camera and show you guys that I don't know either. I need to learn stuff too. So, we put it in there. Let's see. Let's put it a little bit further back. Like that. Okay. It's held in there. I kind of squished it already, as you can see. Also, I first crimped the wire side. What do you mean? I don't know what that means. Did I crush it too much already? Well, let's say I'm okay with, a few strands sticking out. Let's try that again. Okay, well, it's definitely closed. Okay. Huh, that doesn't look too bad. But is it really on there? No. Okay, double crimp it? Sure, we can try that. No, you shouldn't solder cables. Crimping is much better than soldering. One smaller size. No, we looked it up. This should be the right size. Well, I can try, but I don't think we'll ever get the cable in there. I mean, yeah, that's never gonna fit, I think. Let me try. No, I mean, come on. This can't fit in there. That's never gonna happen with like more than half of the strands in there. I guess. I don't know. No. Okay, one size smaller is not gonna work. Squeeze the cable first. What does that mean? Wrong cable terminal for the crimper. No, these go together. That's certain. Or fairly certain. Okay, so let me do it again. Let me put this one in here. And we want to crimp the outer side. Okay, like that. We usually use the same cable terminals from the same brand for compatibility. Yeah, that sounds smart. So let me get this kind of twisted in there. Somewhat. Okay. Let's clamp this shut. And let's try the double clamping method now. So let's move it up a little bit. And twist it. And then crimp it again. Can you take the smaller size on the crimping tool? I think this is already the smallest. Oh, you mean, yeah, I can take the 6 size. Sure. So now, let's see. This is the, this is double crimped, right? So now I did 2 crimps. It's kind of, I can still move it. It's kind of on there. I can pull it off if I want to. A good crimp, you basically shouldn't be able to pull it off. Okay, so somebody says, can I crimp it with the smaller size? So let's go to 6. Right? But I'm just afraid it's going to get stuck. But we'll see. And let's put it somewhere in the middle-ish. Like that. And keep it tight. And let me get this wire somewhat in here. Nope. I mean, I'm certain there's a good way to do this. I just don't know it. Or it might be the wrong tool for the wrong lugs, or the wrong lugs for this tool, or something like that. There's a few strands sticking out. I'm not going to care right now. Okay, let me try and crush this. Ugh! Oh, wow. Okay. So, I mean, there's a bit of spillage of the lug here. Ugh! Okay, well, it's on there. Ugh! Okay, well, I don't think I can disconnect this one very easily. I really tried to pull on that. Okay, well, I guess that works. I mean, I can't move it. And once you heat shrink it, you won't see it anyway. I just didn't get all the wires exactly. But, you know, close enough. Let's try the other end, just for fun, you know. So let's strip about this much. Oh, is there a size 8? It's a good question, actually. 6, 50, 16, 25, 30. Oh, sorry. 35, 10, 6. No, 50, 16, 25, 6, 10. Yeah, no. There's no 8. Yeah, I get that, but I don't know. I mean, oh, this is the wrong size. So this cable will be able to handle lots of amps. Oh wait. Put it in the crimper. Put it in the crimper. Somewhere over here. Try and get most of the wires inside. If I get 99% of the wires, I'm okay, I think. There we go. That's 99% for sure. There's only 2 wires sticking out of like a few hundred. Okay, let's crimp that. It's actually... Oh, okay, well, you have to apply some pressure to the lever action, but because you have this force... how do you call that in English? Basically, because you have these long legs, it makes it pretty easy to do. It's okay. Okay. Well, we have our spillage again. But... yeah, lever action. That's the word I was looking for. Leverage, yeah. Okay, well, I'm not getting this one off either. That's not going anywhere. Okay, so we made this cable. Maybe not fully the correct way, but yeah. Still not fully convinced this is the way to crimp 8 gauge. We also have 6 gauge. So I guess the 6 gauge, how much AWG is 6 gauge? Let's go from 6, from 8 to 6. So, oh, okay, that's 13. But then, according to the AliExpress listing, this is for 10 millimeters square. This is for 16 millimeters square. So maybe I just got the wrong type of lugs. No, because the crimper also has these same measurements. What's going on? To say it bluntly, it looks like shit. Well, I know. But it's the best I can do right now. But then, what kind of lugs do I need? I don't actually know. Because they all have these sizes. I mean, if you look at these kits here, they also have... oh, they just have 10, 20, and some whatever amps. Okay. Maybe these would be better for this type of cable. Oh! Good night, Philip. Thanks for hanging around. Well, I guess I'll need to look at that. But what we can do in the meanwhile, we can take this, big boy away. And we can take the same 8 gauge cable, because we have other options. Right? We have these as an option. So these say 6 millimeters square and there 4 millimeters square, and I think I also have them for 10 millimeters square. Oh, this is really big. 16. Okay, yeah. So we need these, and these are if you're inserting it into a certain type of screw terminal. We don't have those right now, and that's not the one I want to use really. So let's skip these for now. And I want to take a look at these, because these basically do the same. And we can also take another look at the screw variants. So these are plugs where you just screw in the wire instead of crimping it. But we'll look at that after maybe making some of these. So I'm not sure which variant we need. Let me check. E16, E10. Yeah, so I think we need E10s. Oh, Philip had a headache. Oh, that's too bad. I know how that feels. Okay, so in theory, let's take this cable again and try and split it again. See, now it splits fine. Okay. Let's move this out of the way. So if we do the same as we just did, but now we're going to use this heavy duty crimping tool, because it's suited for up to 5 gauge and this is 8 gauge. So we're gonna measure how much wire we need. Yeah, probably, but I was just having fun with this. So we're going to measure how much wire we need to get into here. Oh, all of it. Okay. So this needs to go back as far as it can. And then a little bit less. Yeah, with this closed, we should have a little bit less again. Yeah, the metal part of the ferrule should be filled, basically. Okay, so let's snip that off and snip it off of this side. Take that off. I guess we shouldn't twist it, huh? Try and get it in there. I missed one. Okay, I'm going to twist it slightly. No, I don't want to burn my house down. I know how to use wire ferrules, as you can see. So, we should have done a little bit more, because it's fine if it's slightly or almost at the top there. But in theory... Yeah, this has a little plastic part to guide it in, makes it a lot easier. Let's see if this fits in here. It actually does. And... oh, wow. Oh, okay. Oh, holy shit. It bounced back. Yeah, so we needed slightly more because you see that the top is now empty. In theory, having it spill out a little bit is perfect. But this is certainly on there, so it's at least crimped correctly. Makes it a lot easier. So let's do a little bit extra on this one. There we go. So we have a little bit more. Yeah, of course, Emil. I do twist them a little bit just to make them go in easier. And I twist them while they're going on. So now we have a little bit coming out of the top. That's a little bit too much, actually. But once you do more, you find out how much you actually need. So let's put that in there. And okay, I need to do it like this. Okay, crimp it, right? So this is slightly too much, but that's actually okay. Yeah, this isn't going anywhere. You had another black frame? Okay. Let me check my OBS stats. I've had 0.0% drop. Yeah, you can use these to chop off that excess, but it's better to have a little bit too much than too little, like on this one, right? But yeah, you need some beefy screw terminals to get these in there. Yeah, you can trim it off. That's fine, but it's better to have a little bit of spill than to have too little. The stream is freezing. Really? Let me check my stats again. I'm at 0.0%. Everything's fine. Too little's always bad, yeah, I guess. Okay, so it might be some local issues then. Okay. Well, these are pretty easy, as you can see. If you have the heavy-duty crimper, and you strip off enough, you just put it in there, crimp it, and then, I mean, these are on there tight. These are not going anywhere. But then you need really big screw terminals to be able to use those, and then using lugs is often easier. So let's take a look at the last type of today that I was interested in. That is copper wire. And we did testing on that before in another live stream. And that is these plugs here. Let me put this back. So these are screw-on lugs, I guess you could say. They're from the car audio world. So I don't know how well they would handle a lot of current, I guess. I don't know. But the theory is that you know, there's a little screw there that clamps on the cable. And then, yeah. Well, those certainly won't fit on my power supply. That sucks. I guess they'll fit on this one. I don't know. So let's try that. But we need an inbus. Inbus. Let's see if my little kit here has those. Probably. Yeah, we can use it like that. Okay, so let's unscrew that. I wonder how good that connection would be. I don't know. Okay, let's get this out of the way. Let's try and split this again without wrecking the cable. See, immediately goes wrong. The really need to watch out for that with that silicone cable. Let me cut into it. So it gets a good start. Could be better. Still okay. Oh. So, we need about this much, I guess. Oh. About this much. Use knives. Yeah, sure. Okay. Still gonna twist it a little bit, sorry. I know the pros can probably do it without twisting, but yeah. Okay, that seems to be the right length, because a little bit of an insulation is now inside. Oh no. Can't really show you, but I'm screwing it in. Okay, that's screwed in pretty tightly. Yeah? I guess that's an okay connection. I mean, this is all metal, so everything in there is making contact, I'd say. Let's try another one. I'm gonna try and do this one without twisting the wire. Yeah, there's a little barrier here I can't get past without twisting it. I can't do it, Captain. I have to twist them slightly. Not that much, just a little bit to get them in there. Okay, let's push them in good. Oh. Okay. Question is, how much current can the metal handle? Yeah, it's probably aluminium. So there might be some resistance, I guess, but well, at least the connection, it's pretty secure. That's better than I expected. They look cool. I mean, that's, I guess, for the audio world, that's good. They look cool. And it's really easy to work with. And you don't need heat shrink because you can just leave some insulation going inside. As long as the screw and then this all touches, that's fine. I can measure resistance, but the resistance will basically be nothing, I imagine. So let's measure resistance here. Black wire first. 0.00302. Yeah, that's almost nothing. Let's do the red wire. Yeah, there's basically no resistance. But then it's a short cable and there's lots of copper in there. So that's very hard to say. Made it! Still live! Draadstaal's here. Awesome. There's more resistance in your meter lead. Yeah, exactly. That's not the most precise meter anyway. Yeah, so I think these are actually pretty decent. I can't say too much about current handling. But other than that, they make a good connection, it seems, at least. But then I'm back to the same problem here. This is a power supply that can do 120 amps. So it is 5 volt, 120 amps. That's a lot. And it, of course, it has 3 output terminals for that. But then those are never going to fit. So although you can do 120 amps, this is 10 gauge. That's the thickest I can get in there. Because this 8 gauge or like 6 gauge we also have, how then is that supposed to work? You know? Now, I've been testing with other stuff you guys have seen before. So for these type of connections, you know, this little testing board I had, that'll probably work great. So let's see here. Okay. I don't care. Whatever. Well, I'm not sure this screw will fit. Need longer screws. Yeah, okay. So that's not the best fit. But, I mean, that will work. That's sturdy. And this will make fine contact. I mean, it's the metal on the metal there. So, I mean, that could work in theory, I'd say. Right? Oh, no. I went through the insulation again. That's what I love this silicone cable, but splitting it apart is really a bitch. You have to be so careful not to damage the insulation like I just did again. Yeah, I think a PSU is not supposed to be used with bigger than 10 gauge. I guess. I mean, I guess I need to see if I can get fork crimps, because these are fork crimps. If you look at them, so these are little forks. I need to see if I can get these forks, but then for like 8 gauge and 6 gauge, I guess. Because if I can just crimp them on, that could work. Pink tweezers! Oh man. This is Chinesium silicon cable. For sure. But it has copper inside. You just need to be really careful if you split them. Because, you know, this sucks. Okay. But I mean, this is not going anywhere. See these little marks here on that screw? That's when we melted a fork terminal on there. With a 30 amp fuse or something like that. Yeah, that was fun. Wait, yeah, this is that's a strong connection for sure. So, I mean, this is like metal on metal. I have no doubt that will transfer a lot of power. That shouldn't be an issue at all. But then you can't put it in your power supply. That kind of sucks. So. Well, you can use shrink wrap or just pay a little bit more attention when pulling them apart. I mean, all of these I pulled apart too, and this is 10 gauge. That worked fine. So, I mean, yeah. Okay. Well, that's most of the things I wanted to do today. And we've been streaming for about 2 hours now. So let's relax a little bit and go over what we did. We checked out the what's over there, The little hot plate I use for soldering PCBs with a lot of SMD components. And we figured out that it's very most likely the heating elements that are broken, but those are also pretty easy to replace. So I'll look at ordering some replacements for those, and that should be an easy and cheap fix. And then we looked at terminating big gauge cables in lots of various ways, including this guy, the Mega Crimper, which didn't work out too well. We could get it on there, but using the wrong size hole, and that made for a secure crimp, but yeah, it's probably not the way it's supposed to work. Drink some tea, sure, that's a good plan. Yeah, so I probably just need different type of power supply to which I can also connect those big lugs, and then it'll work fine. So, yeah, but these were a good surprise. They're not cheap, but they seem to work well, and I don't know about resistance in the plugs, but I mean, it's all metal, and I think it'd be able to transfer quite a bit of power there. So, I think those are pretty decent. I don't have them listed in the description, sadly. This new crimper, I recently got that in a Quinn box too. This one's been excellent. It's a bit more expensive than the generic ones, but as you can see, it can do the giant cables perfectly fine. But I've also done normal like 18 gauge and 20 gauge and stuff like that with it, and it makes excellent crimps. So if you're in the market for a crimper, I do have these listed, I believe. Not in the description, but in my equipment article. These are great. I like these. So, yeah. Oh, some secret project I'm working on. I actually don't have a secret I can show yet. Yeah, no. I'm looking over there because there is stuff over there. But I can't show it yet. It's getting closer. It's getting much closer, and I actually been doing, as I said, I've been soldering for days, and I've been testing for about a day now, and those are looking great. So I'm working towards something. It's a big project, and well, that's coming together nicely. I can say that, but I can't say too much about the project yet. But I hope to be able to do so in the next month or so. Show us anyway! No. Not gonna happen. Not gonna happen. It's happened before that I show stuff and others try to steal my ideas or make their own versions, which is their prerogative. But then again, I don't need to show them what I'm working on so that they can try and beat me on it. So, hey. I already show a lot of stuff when I can. But this I need to keep on the wraps just a little bit longer. So... But that was fun. I liked it. It was a good stream. Do you have some nice LED strips that are cool to show? I just did a 45-minute video about LED strips, Emil. I think that's been done for now. Show us some pink then. Okay. Let me put the background to pink for Johnny. Johnny's always here. Let's see. Nope, that's not all of them. There's some pink in there. Light pink. Yeah, this will have to do. I haven't looked at that one. Yeah, okay. High CRI or RGB digital. That is awesome. Yeah, I wish there was a combination of that, but that still doesn't exist yet. Close enough. Yeah, exactly right. Well, I think that is going to be it for today. It was just a stream hanging out and, doing some stuff. I've been wanting to play with these bigger wire sizes and the lugs and stuff like that for a while now. and it all came in a while back, so I thought, let's sit down together and try it. I think I just don't have quite the right equipment, and that even if it had worked, and I could make it work, it still wouldn't really fit my power supply correctly. So I'll need to figure that out and how to advise on that in the future for when people want power supplies that big. Yeah. Do we get a stream or a video about different button switches for WLED? I guess I could prepare that. I'll have to look into that at some point. Yes, about the last video. It was an archive video? No, it was a new video. What do you mean with archive video? Or a video to archive? Yeah, there was a lot of information in there. And I thought, like, okay, I can cut this down to like 10, 12 minutes, but then lots of information gets lost, in my opinion. So I was like, let's make one piece, 45 minutes or whatever minutes, and let's just release it. And I think for people that are really looking for all the differences and how to decide in LED strips, that is a good video. Another thing, the DIG controllers have been out of stock for the last month. We've been working really hard to get them made, but because of the pandemic and COVID shutdowns actually still currently in China, component shortages and postal, because of a lot of crap, it took a lot longer than we were expecting, but they are currently trickling in from the assembly plant to our main office, and we're doing testing and flashing there. So they are slowly becoming available on the worldwide store. For now, it's only the AE version, so the external antenna version, but the board antenna and the Ethernet will come in 1 to 2 weeks or something like that. And also the new AE Plus version will also come in that time frame. And then we should basically have everything in stock again. And slightly later, so like 2 weeks or so, we'll also be refreshing the stock of US, so you can get it there locally. And yeah, so... Oh, you meant it was good. Okay, thanks a lot. So, that's going to be it for today. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for watching. And, well, I hope to see you back in the comments on another video, in the Discord, or, on the next live stream. Bye-bye.